So I'm going to run through a number of issues, each of those on its own. So the first one, lack of trust. Now we've spoken a lot about that, but in essence what it's about, we know a lot of information and studies have been done. We've heard the gentleman from Swan Districts Football Club saying yes, there is detail. What we understand might not be the full picture. What we're saying in short, tell us, share us with it. Don't make deals behind the scene and then say, well, we're going to engage you, we're going to consult with you. That's the simple message. That diagram there is from a study that was completed in 2010 by James Harley. Sorry. Now, that was a good report on the Oval. Now, we are being told by Landcorp, by the council, disregard all that old information, it's clean sheet. Now, any of you out there who are astute commercially, if you're going to buy a piece of land with a business venture, and someone says, no, there's an old report that's been done, well, it's not that old actually, and said, no, don't read it. I think the first thing you would do is you go and read it, you go look at it, and you see what they identify. And what I'm going to run through on the issues is a number of things that Hames Charlie identified in an open and transparent fashion, which is what we have not seen to date prior to commitments being made. So the next one is haphazard development. On the left-hand side is a diagram from Bassendean briefing in 2012. The colours there, the red areas coincide with the main track railway stations, Ashfield, Bassendean and Success Hill. And to use the colours of the rainbow, the red colours are high density hot, going out to the purple and the blues, which is low density. It all makes sense. It was discussed that we push people towards public transport with a high density to stop Perth sprawl, well socialised. What you would think is that the development will be consistent with that. You'll also notice in that diagram on the left that the BIC reserve is actually excluded, it's in grey. And then what we have on the right-hand side is a photograph on Whitfield Street on the intersection of Old Perth Road, and you've got a 5-storey building next to a single-storey house in the foreground, and on the right-hand side there's actually a house there in complete shadow. Now, will that change? Do those property owners, what compensation is there for them, or what do they look forward to, or are they going to live with that?
It's not planning.
Now, in this, I don't expect all of you to be able to read it, but I've underlined the important bits in red. And I'll let you read the whole thing, since the Swan District gentlemen are here. And this is quoted from the Bassendean briefing, December 2015. With this development, we are pleased to report that the state government has approved $3 million contribution towards refurbishment or redevelopment of the club facilities. And I had a confirmation today from a question I asked Landcorp, and they said that's not negotiable. The club will also receive conditional freehold of the existing club rooms, plus 6,200 square metres of land, and another 1,200 square metres. My arithmetic, that adds up to 7,400 square metres. For the same land value that you get on the market across the road, it's $1,000 a square metre. But it's high density, it's higher than that.
Can we just clarify that? It is not 7,400. It is 5,000 metres and 1,200 metres. And as I said before, it is conditional freehold. Now, we cannot sell that. All we can do is use it.
I apologise for cutting off. What this meeting about is sharing the information that has been made available to the community. And this is why so many people here are frustrated. Because we know a deal has been done. Development has been announced. Some commitment has been made. And I think I'll be correct in saying most people in this room would have preferred some consultation beforehand. I move on to loss of public open space and reserves. Again, I'm quoting from the Hames Charlie 2010 report. I've got the page number there for those of you who download this. If you look at the text underlined in red, any earthworks will require the removal of many of these trees. They're being transparent, they're being realistic. If you're going to affect a development and you're going to make it viable, it is very hard to work around those trees. The top left is the oval, the bottom right is the BIC. The next is a photograph of what was called Hayes Swamp in 1925. I won't read the text there. I've included that the first bit is from Jenny Carter's book, The History of Bassendean. Very good read. And the bottom bit is from the Hames-Charlie report. The first piece from Jenny Carter's book is acknowledgement of what a massive project that was. That photograph shows what the BRC reserve used to look like. It was a swamp. During the Great Depression, in order to provide some form of employment, that was converted by members of the Bassendean community to the BIC reserve. It has great heritage value. Hames-Charlie acknowledged this at the bottom. They said any development should preserve the heritage in the area. And that was specific on the oval. There's no reason that shouldn't carry over to the BIC reserve. This is a matter of opinion, but if you look at some of that development, it's on the budget side. Speaking from an engineer's point of view, if you want to minimise your costs, that's what you do.
That's definitely right.
On the Hames-Charlie report 2010, this is again a transparent list of their summary of their budget. I draw your attention to the underlined bits in red. The first one, which you won't be able to read, it's saying total for cycleways and footpaths, 0. Total for other services, 0. Total for landscaping, 0. And they were quite open about it, saying this is a project which is going to be difficult to get going, so we're going to cut costs where we can, and they were being open. The reason I'm mentioning this, for future discussions going forwards with Land Corp or the Council, that we are aware of these things and we can ask, if it's important, what's your provision for walkway, for paths, parking, or whatever. There's also hidden costs. Those are the two heritage grandstands on the oval. Again, quoting the first text box at the top is from the Bassendean briefing of 2015, December. It should be noted that the heritage listed grandstands and oval maintenance will remain the responsibility of the town of Bassendean. So us ratepayers continue to pay for the maintenance of the oval and those grandstands. The bottom text box from Hames-Charlie 2010, estimated cost of refurbishing those grandstands in a 2008 estimate for $600,000. You can at least double that for today, and probably a bit more. That's for our tab, the ratepayers. For traffic and parking, again, I apologise, I won't be able to read those text boxes. The two top ones from the Hames-Charlie report, and what they're saying in there, parking and traffic is an issue. Any development needs to consider it, and it needs to be an integral part. When you look at the bottom text box from the December 2015 Bassendean briefing, and I'm being a little bit flippant, but I'm reading what it says there, we're now going to walk and use our bicycles. So it's a subtle way of saying it's not going to have any traffic, we won't have any parking. It comes back to hidden costs. Again, if I put my engineer's hat on and just say, underneath what you're looking to build a 5-story building, that's what was there. I'd be a bit concerned. There could be a fair bit of earthworks. This second last slide is a sort of time chart from Land Corp, which was sourced in the Bassendean briefing of December 2015. Engineers love putting this stuff out. It's a nice diagram of how we're going to work with the community and do a bit of work and then discuss things. The main flaw in this is some key commitments have been made. There's no argument about whether the memorandum of understanding has been signed. We're arguing for how much and what's the detail. Again, I come back to the point that this type of meeting should have been held by Land Corp and the Council, and we should have been sharing information, all of it, before that occurred. And not people like me and others from the community having to organise this and share it.